What is going on, all you minties? This is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition, and I've got the suit on for a reason, because I've got some breaking news from Marvel in the world of the Omnibus format. So, let's do this thing. And welcome back, everybody. This episode is sponsored by Marvel Comics, so thank you to David Gabriel and the folks at Marvel for sending us advance notice of this Omnibus. Now, this Omnibus is a Volume 2 of Volume 1, of course, that came out last year. So before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. This is where you get your breaking news in the world of Marvel Comics, as far as collected editions. So this Volume 2 is wrapping up pretty much everything, all the stories, all the miniseries, all the ongoing series from the previous volume. They have enough to collect another oversized hardcover because they had some series in the early aughts. But let's go ahead and get started to talk about this omnibus. This is Cloak and Dagger Omnibus Volume 2 from Marvel Comics. And over here we have the standard edition cover by Rick Leonardi, which is the cover to issue 16. So, of course, like always, I'm going to put the content down here as I talk a little bit about it, as well as show you some of the internal artwork from this omnibus, and then we'll look at the direct market. Now, this omnibus is due out in August 2021, and it continues the story of Tyrone and Tandy, so Cloak and Dagger, and they were created by Ed Hannigan and Bill Mantlo. So Bill Mantlo actually writes some of this stuff that's going to be collected in here. So let's talk about the content. So we have the graphic novel Cloak and Dagger, Predator and Prey, one of my favorite stories, one of my favorite graphic novels to come out, because that kind of gives us the background as to the power behind Cloak and the whole mystery that they introduced earlier on in the first series. And then we have Strange Tales number 7 and Mutant Misadventures of Cloak and Dagger 1 through 13. This is the late 80s. No, actually the series kicked off in the 90s, I want to say. And then the series was renamed to just Cloak and Dagger, and that it also collects issues 14 and 19 of Cloak and Dagger. And the material from Strange Tales 3 through 6 and 8 through 19, which is when they shared the title with Doctor Strange. Now, in here, you're going to see, like I mentioned, the writings of Bill Mantlo, Peter Gillis, Terry Austin, Terry Cavanagh, and Steve Gerber. But you're going to see some phenomenal artists in here. You're going to see Brett Blevins, Larry Alexander, Terry Shoemaker, Wills Portacio, Eric Larson, Rick Leonardi, of course, who did the cover here. Well, the one that I was showing earlier. Dave Ross. And you're also going to see this artist here. And he's the one that the direct market cover. So this is the direct market cover here by Larry Stroman. And this is the cover to Predator and Prey, the original graphic novel. So that's what's going to be collected in here. It is 800 pages and again comes out in August. So through these pages, they're going to be dealing with Doctor Doom. There's a crossover with X-Factor. So we have the Axe of Vengeance, and we have Inferno, and then, of course, Spider-Man and Ghost Rider join Cloak and Dagger against the fight with Mephisto. It's a really cool storyline. These are books, I think there's a lot of this stuff that has not previously been collected in any kind of format, so it's nice that they are wrapping up these stories. And as I mentioned earlier, there is enough stuff like in the early aughts or when they were messing around with the Runaways, and they've had some recent series in modern time because of the TV show that they could collect in oversized format. But this is the classic stuff. I'm glad they're finishing it up, much like Power Pack. But let me know in the comments down below what you think of this omnibus, whether you enjoyed the first one, you're going to pick this one up, you're excited for it, are you glad they're wrapping it up in the omnibus format? I would love to know all those comments down below. Again, thank you to David Gabriel and the folks at Marvel for sending us advance notice of this omnibus, again coming out in August of 2021. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, ring that bell for notifications to let you know when our videos are going live, because this is where you get your breaking news from the world of Marvel collected editions. More importantly, please all of you, stay healthy, stay safe out there, and much love.